long echoing scream continues. We are at the Agravia exhibition. Today I am pleased to announce to you that the International Potato Tour is starting. And over these 3 days at the exhibition, we will learn a lot together and talk with our friends. This year, with this car, together with our general partners, the company August, the strategic partner Trade Group, and the company Binom, we plan to visit places from Vladivostok to Kamchatka, from Astrakhan to Arkhangelsk, Central Asia, the South Caucasus, and Turkey. At the end of the week, I am heading to Pakistan and then to Egypt. There will be a ton of interesting videos. The company Binom helps me both with filming and editing. A big thank you to them for that. This is truly strategic support. So keep an eye out for this car in your city. Feel free to share, leave comments, and like the videos. Because your comments, even the critical ones, help make the project more interesting. And this year I'll be talking not only about history, but also touching a bit on technology and equipment. See you soon. The international potato trade continues. It's 2026 and we're kicking things off with the Agravia exhibition in Moscow. And my first interview is with my friend Pavel Androsov, a farmer from the Astrakhan region who grows 1,000 hectares of early and processing potatoes. Pasha, hello? Hi.
Vic?
So Pasha, tell me, how is the current storage and sales season going for you so far? Also, what are your specific strategic plans looking like for the year 2026?
The plans are pretty much the same as they were in 2025. We're growing, but growing wisely, so we're increasing little by little, not reducing our volumes, and hoping that the market situation will change a bit. Of course, right now, the most important thing for us is our remaining potato stocks, and the key issue is imports. We don't want a repeat of last year when it was like a ticking time bomb. Imports are good, of course, but they need to be kept within reasonable limits. The import numbers need to be proportionate so that bringing in potatoes doesn't harm our own producers, because we're investing our own funds and resources in order to grow. Almost all producers are currently in the construction phase, that is, they're modernizing, buying equipment, and developing new land. Almost all producers are constantly in debt, constantly leasing, everything is under construction for us. So any deviation disrupts the entire budget, and the whole scheme, the entire business plan, immediately gets thrown off.
Pasha, I know you handle planning the plots and fields, right? I visited you last year. Have you maybe introduced any innovations into production, or are you still working the same way as before?
We are implementing new things, yes we try, and we're getting better at it. So, if before we just started by leveling the ground, now we don't just level the area, we actually build the field. The main approach is to carefully remove the fertile topsoil to the side, level the area, and then put the fertile layer back in place so that it becomes a proper field. Don't just make a flat construction site, do it so that it becomes a field, so it can actually yield crops.
Can I come visit you?
Of course, you're welcome, dear.
Friends, in April I'm happy to visit Pavel. The International Potato Tour continues. At Pavel Androsov's, we'll see how the fields are being prepared, not just like a construction site, but with careful methods that preserve the fertile topsoil. This is very important. Follow us and subscribe.
Pasha, thank you very much.
At the exhibition, I think it's going to be a huge event. We'll meet again in many places. Thank you.
Good luck to everyone.
Continuing. And now joining me is Vasily Belenki, the seed production manager at Vifray. We met during a trip to India where he proved himself to be an interesting specialist. Hello, Vasily. Thank you very much for finding the time. Tell me, please, how is this season shaping up overall?
The 2025 season in seed production.
In the northern regions, especially the northwest, we faced three unfavorable factors: a late onset of warm weather and consequently late planting. At the same time, we experienced early and active late blight pressure. And practically the entire season, we were accompanied by an excess of moisture, sometimes 2 or 3 times the normal amount. And these negative aspects, so to speak, a little bit how...
Could this potentially have a significant impact on the next season?
Well, we are working with our seed stocks. Of course, we reduce everything during sorting, which leads to significant losses. In fact, we lost about a third, sometimes a quarter, of the seeds we should have received from the fruit yields. But since we have resources, a safety margin in terms of tonnage, and a fairly wide geographic spread, we can afford to continue our own seed programs. Well, this year has probably been the most difficult for seed production in the last 15 years.
What recommendations would you give to farmers who are planning to plant the material they've managed to save? Would you advise them to pay attention to anything in particular? Maybe run some tests? Well,
as usual, all our material is certified according to our contracts. In addition, we conduct our own stricter assessments, inspect all lots, and even check the preparation of these lots for the presence of bacterial and viral infections more thoroughly than the state standard requires. We take a tough approach. So what options do we have left? Manual sorting first and foremost. Dry rot, or sometimes what is known as soft rot, can be a challenge. What really helps in this situation is aiming for slightly larger seeds. These seeds, even if they happen to have some minor dry rot, still provide enough essential vitality for the developing stems. This approach ultimately allows for a much bigger harvest. Though it is important to note that this does mean there will be some necessary increase in the overall seed material costs.
so this year Russian producers of French fries will be able to supply our consumers with French fries.
Yes, we are steadily growing. The second production line, for many years we've been running our own national seed program. Over the past 4 or 5 years, we've practically stopped using any imported material. But unfortunately, the varieties are still from foreign breeders from previous years.
So, if you're eating tasty fries at fast food restaurants, most likely they're made from Russian potatoes.
Yes, and most likely it's Vifray, and we maintain our standards.
Thank you. I wish you, even though I understand it's a difficult season, that it will be successful for you in every way, Vasily, and for Fernando as well. Thank you.
Indeed, you've brought new varieties to the exhibition today. What are you presenting and what should people pay attention to?
Every year we showcase new products in all areas. Currently there are a lot of directions in breeding. The main directions are processing, early table varieties and dietary varieties. And for each direction we highlight some kind of new product. This year we have a variety with universal use. The Avatar variety, which is suitable both as a table potato and for processing into fries and chips. That is, it has a high dry matter content and an excellent appearance. Beautiful tubers with small eyes and an appetizing shape, and it fries almost perfectly throughout the entire storage period. It makes very attractive fries as well as basically chips. It has an oval shape, so it can be used essentially, universally so to speak. This is our new variety, which we haven't even registered or presented at other exhibitions yet, which we presented at the Potato House, this variety, and it is currently undergoing tasting. And
I've tried it myself and it's delicious.
yes, it's very tasty. Although everyone has their own taste, their own preferences, some prefer it more crumbly, others more watery, but this one absorbs all the characteristics and at the same time is neither crumbly nor watery. It's kind of a middle option. So it's suitable both for frying and for boiling.
What goals does the Institute set for itself? What perhaps are the specific breeding objectives? What do you want to achieve? First of all,
the top priorities are, of course, to increase productivity and adaptability of varieties, since Russia is vast and has diverse climatic conditions. And in order for the varieties, both table and processing types, to demonstrate high productivity and quality of the final product, if we're talking about varieties for processing. So these are important criteria that are at the forefront of breeding programs. And of course, this also includes resistance to the various natural and climatic regions. A very important aspect right now is heat resistance, because in the context of climate change, we know there is a problem with maintaining productivity, and there is a problem with resilience as conditions are changing. We are in constant contact with producers and seed companies. We have very good connections. We provide consultations when needed, and we regularly travel across the country, because it is necessary for this integration between science and business production to bear fruit.
Company Exley. We got acquainted with this company last year at an event in Tver, at Tver Agroprom, where they presented their sorting machine for sorting potatoes after harvest. Now the company is exhibiting at the trade show. I know Maxim Lysenko, he's a good friend and supports the International Potato Tour. Maxim, it's been 6 months.
What
Has changed over these 6 months?
we have officially launched and released a brand new state-of-the-art model, and actually it is not just one single model. Very soon, we will bring great joy and satisfaction to our wonderful potato growers and crop producers with our innovative high-performance agricultural equipment. The significant milestone anniversaries of the Potato House, the various celebratory events that take place thanks to your potato tour, and this truly wonderful Agravia exhibition, they all serve to give a powerful and renewed momentum to the overall development of the industry. I personally think it is not solely attributable to those factors alone, though. Perhaps we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves in terms of our work, but also the work of our colleagues. The industry is gradually getting on the right track, addressing the tasks that the country needs right now to provide people with quality products.
Maxim, over these past 6 months, I think you've gained quite a lot of expertise, as have your colleagues, specifically by working directly with potato growers. I know that you put a lot of work into the first machine. I don't know, probably 1 million changes and improvements were made. So your impressions 6 months ago and today, how are they different? What do you think? When you came in, I know you were actively working with waste processing and recycling, right? So your expertise in that area is at a high level. So you came in and said, well, guys, I'll do it, right? What you thought 6 months ago and what you think today, what's the difference?
Well, after all, we're a fairly mature company, so we understood the level of complexity we were facing. And I wouldn't say that working within the field of ecological science is necessarily more straightforward or more challenging. The reality of the situation is that essentially this is a relatively modern industry. Here, probably to some extent, everyone working in this industry takes a more responsible approach because it's a food product that spoils very quickly. These are tangible physical assets that you can actually see and touch with your own hands. So over this period of the last 6 months, we have probably realized that there are a lot of significant challenges and responsibilities lying ahead of us. And we are definitely not afraid of any market competition. Let our colleagues come in and work for the overall betterment and sustainable growth of the entire industry as well. And at the same time, the changes that are happening are probably normal. And in equipment, it's a certain maturity, certain aspects that allow you to work with the product more efficiently.
If you want to get the perfect sorter, a good sorter, talk to Maxim. For what purpose? Give him information about what you want to get from the product, from the final result. Because, as Maxim rightly says, the more competence there is, the more understanding there is of what final product you want to get, the easier it is for a person to work with their own mind and artificial intelligence. Maxim, here's a question of this kind. Yes, I think you already understand. Here's your customer, a farmer who grows and stores 3,000 tons, 5,000 tons, 10,000 tons. You work with some leasing companies and you've had some success. Who is your client? People are watching the video and they have 10,000 tons of potatoes. You can't just talk about that number like that.
You can certainly talk about it. In fact, our diverse range of clients includes both massive international companies, of course including major agro holdings that manage tens of thousands of tons of goods, and many smaller local enterprises as well. We take great pride in serving every single one of them with the same level of professional care. I would even say that small enterprises need automation more, paradoxical as it may seem. As for leasing programs, well, I think it's no secret.
Grow Leasing, various subsidiaries, the Ministry of Agriculture, they are all available to local producers. We are open to proposals for development in terms of modernizing the equipment we produce and introducing new machines. That's probably what I wanted to ask for. To be open, we will try to help you. Ladies and gentlemen,
Potato growers, I will leave Maxim's phone number below this video. Please call or write. Both positive and negative feedback are welcome. I always appreciate it, because your comments make us and the industry stronger and better. Max, thank you very much. I hope that this exhibition, 3 days have already passed, right? Were they, well, did you make a lot of contacts?
yes, and
Next year there will be even more.
thank you.
Each of you who works in agriculture is already a hero. You are already a leader who ensures our food security. No matter how grand these words may sound, you are heroes. Heroes not only of my stories, yes, of my episodes. You are heroes who, no matter what, and this year a new expression was born, potato-dependent person, right? That is, you can't quit because, well, probably at night when you go to bed you think, okay, I didn't finish this today, I need to finish that tomorrow, finish it. That's it. And visiting each of your farms, I was filled with an energy that I guess is the same energy the land, our native land, gives to you. I hope that this year the potato enthusiasm won't fade. The potato tour continues. I'm officially announcing this at this event with you.